Welcome everyone, this is Warith al-Ma'wali. Today I'll be talking about Keepass Password Manager. Why is it important to use a password manager? So if you're dealing with social media, you have email accounts, you're dealing with cryptocurrency, let's say you're having online transactions, you normally have passwords. And it's very difficult for the brain to memorize long passwords, and normally you need long passwords to make them secure, right? So how can you memorize all these passwords? And if you use same passwords in more than one media, so if you're using for Gmail, Instagram, the same password, if one platform gets hacked, it's easier for the hacker to get into the other platforms because it's the same password. Even though if it is hashed, you still can reverse it and get the original password, and gaining access to those other platforms is very easier. So I wouldn't advise anyone to use a password that is stored here. You always should store your password in a password manager like Keepass, and we will see how to use it. If you ask me personally, I don't know any of my passwords. I don't remember, and I cannot memorize any of my passwords because they are lengthy and they're complicated. So I use a password manager called Keepass to deal with my password. So stay tuned and let us see how to use Keepass. Okay, so to download Keepass, you have to go to keepass.info, download, and you go to download section and you can download the latest version. I normally use the portable version because I don't like to install it on my PC. So you can, if you want to install it, you can use this link. Otherwise, if you want just to store it on a portable device or USB stick, you just use this one. So once you download this, extract the compressed file. This is Keepass. So we launch it, double click. Okay, this is Keepass. I don't have a database now. This application will store all your passwords. So all you have to remember is your master password to enter this database. And you don't have to remember any of your other passwords because they will all be encrypted and stored safely on this application. So first of all, you need to create a database. So this is all will be testing. So for you, you can use something else. So if I store it on desktop, you can store it on your external memory drive. So first of all, we create a new database. Press OK. Okay, where do you want to save it? So I want to save it on my desktop now. So I will call it my passwords. Save it. It will ask me for the password. What is the master password? If you forget this password, there is no way you can get into your database. So you will lose all your passwords. So make sure you know what you are typing. Okay, so you can always repeat it to verify. So let us show the password so you see it. My password will be, this is just an example, don't use this. Use much more complicated than this. Test 123. Short password, you can see test 123. I don't use only master password. I like to combine with some features, and to get those features you press on click on show expert options, and what I use is key file provider. I normally create a file, and this file will be used along with the password, with the master password, to gain access to the database. Which means if someone knows my password is test123, they still cannot gain access to my passwords. They need to have the file as well. So this is just to make it more difficult for an attacker to gain access to your passwords database. So if I go to key file, tick, and you select create. If you have a previous one, you can select it here, but if you don't have, create a new one. It's very easy to create a file. So you can save it on your external hard disk, but now I will save it on desktop. So I will call it my passwords key file. Okay, save it on desktop, and I have to type random characters here, anything you type. So as you can see, it's just random, and here randomly you have to move your mouse to generate a random file. So no one would be able to generate such a file, because those movements are unique to you, and whatever you typed here is also unique. So the longer you move, the more is the randomness, and the more it is secure. Okay, so I click OK. So now, as you can see, the file is in my desktop. The file is in my desktop over here. This is the key file I'll use to log in, along with the password test123. There's an option for Windows user account, so it will use your Windows login password to get into the database. I wouldn't recommend to use that, because Windows password are easily to decrypt, and I mean to retrieve the hash from the registry. So I wouldn't want you to mix up Windows account with your Keepass database. Okay, we have the password here, we have the key file selected, we press OK. Okay, we have some options. So in general, I normally just leave it. If you want to change, you can change. Over here, iteration. The more iteration you have, the better security you have, but you have to know the slower it is. So you can make it like as much as possible here, up to 1 trillion. The number, this is 60,000. This is the default. I wouldn't recommend you to keep it to 60,000. So I would always have something above 1 million. You can have 6 million, but the longer it is, the secure it is, but the slower it will be on mobile phone. So if you'll be using the same database on your mobile phone, because mobiles are slower than computers, so it will take longer to open your database. For me, it's okay. I would rather wait rather than having a weak database which can be brute forced by anyone. So over here, if you want to change it manually, you can change it, or press this. It says 1 second delay. Just press it. Once you press it, it will give you something around 1 million, as you can see, or 13 million. Not sure how many digits are here. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, it's 13 million. So that's 1 second delay. Okay, you can test how long it takes by pressing test. It's 1 point. So this is the delay of opening the database. It will take 1 point something second to open the database. This is more than secure. That's more than enough. If you want it longer, you can put another 2 digits here. Of course, see, it will take much longer to open. You wouldn't want to wait all that time in order to gain access to your database, but it will be much more secure than the default, which is 60,000. As you can see, it is still calculating. It will take a long time, so I will cancel the operation, go back to 1 second. It's more than enough for this test purpose. Compression, I will leave it to gzip. Don't keep it as known, because the database will get bigger and bigger, so you always better compress it. You don't need to change here anything. So press OK. If you need to print anything, I wouldn't want to print. Normally don't print anything, just skip. If you memorize your password and you store safely your key file, you don't need to print anything. Okay, so as you can see, we have a sample database. So it says email. There's nothing on email, so we can always excuse me, we can always add entry. So let's say this is Hotmail, and my account in Hotmail would be like Warith 602. My password. Okay, this is the beauty of this thing. So normally it gives you a random password, but you should always create your own. But don't make this mistake of using Keepass and your password should be like monkey123. You haven't done anything. This is easily can be brute forced by anyone. You need to use a password that you cannot remember. So how to use it? It's very easy with Keepass. So I select the password and I click here, and you can use the password generator, or you can use the built-in which are ready. So if I say give me 40 bits, it will give me 40 bits. You can see there is no capital here. What I will do, I will copy this, Control-C, it's already copied. I will generate another one, random MAC address. So now we have a random MAC. Then I will paste the previous one. Anyway, I'll paste it. This is more complicated. You can see the bar went all over here. Okay, If I add another special characters with one add, okay, this would be a perfect password. You can see it's full, so the strength, the quality is premium over here. Okay, that's what you need. I mean, okay, you can always hide it. You can set an icon for this entry. URL, you can always copy the URL from anywhere and paste it over here like live.com, and here we go. As you can see, you have the username, the password. Now to log in is very easy. So you can have hundred of accounts. So this is email. I can add a group of Hotmail, have my Hotmail accounts under this group, and I can have a group of Gmail, and I can have my Gmail accounts under this group. So this is how easy to use Keepass. So if I go back to Hotmail, I can move it here, just drag and drop. Now it's moved here. If I need to log into Hotmail, I can just go to, let's assume this is Hotmail, okay, this is Facebook, so let's assume that password is for this place, and I say perform auto type. It will go, or control V, I can do it by control V, or perform auto type. It will go and automatically type. You see, of course it is wrong, but automatically it was typed for me. Sometimes you need to log into bank accounts and they don't allow you to copy and paste the password. I mean, this is so bad. I mean, they think that they are more secure by doing that, but by doing this, actually they are forcing the users to have weak passwords. If I cannot paste my password here, it means I have to type it, and to type it, it means I have to memorize it. So I'm having a weak password. So normally, how to bypass this? I would type anything here, but when it comes to password, because I cannot paste it, I would normally drag and drop. So you select the password here and you drag and drop here. See, it is pasted. So it's a long password. I don't have to memorize it. As you remember, this was the password. I just dragged and dropped over there. So you can auto type or drag and drop. Of course, if you have URL, you can always open the URL. So copy to clipboard or open in Firefox, whatever you want, and it will open automatically the URL for you. So let's open the URL. So you can open the URL and then do the auto type. There's many options here. Of course, when it comes to cryptocurrency, I normally store all my cryptocurrency wallets passwords in Keepass. In addition to that, additionally, I also store the, okay, this is live.com. okay, there's a problem with the certificate anyway. So it can be any website, hotmail.com, whatever, and then you just open it through here. So I normally store my wallet password on Keepass, so they'll be all organized here. Plus, I would always store my wallet file within the entry itself. So let's assume I'm having coins and I'm having Ethereum, ETH, and my Ethereum password, let's assume, is something very long that no one can guess. Okay, put some ads here, some dollars, and it's long, it's more than enough. Okay, and the username is just blank. So if I'm having a wallet that has a file, and normally wallets, desktop wallets, they all have files, and they normally end with .dat, so it will be wallet.dat. You need to copy that file, because if you format your PC and you have the password only, you don't have the wallet file, you are done. You cannot get access to that wallet anymore. So normally I would have my wallet, you go to advanced, attach a file, and you attach the file that belongs to that wallet. So let's assume this one is my wallet password. Let's assume I will just put it here. I'm done. So I have the password entry for my Ethereum wallet, and I have my password key, my password file or wallet file, which is stored here as an attachment. You can attach more than one file. So you've secured your assets inside encrypted container of Keepass. Of course, you can take the database of Keepass. Okay, this is the database of Keepass. We are storing everything. Let me save. Okay, it's saved here. This is the Keepass. You can store this inside VeraCrypt, so that's double encryption. Okay, so this is encrypted. No one can gain access unless they have the password, which was test123, and the key file, which is here. But to have more security, store it on VeraCrypt as well with a lengthy password. Okay, what else can be done with this? So if I'm on a website, I'm registering a new website, I can always, if I'm in Gmail, I need to create a new password, I can come to generate password options, and I can say, okay, I want it with uppercase, lowercase, digits. It shouldn't have space, of course. Do you want it with special characters? Yes. What is the length of the password? I want it not less than 45. So it should be 45 characters. I want a minus on it. I want underline. Okay. All I have to do is, if you want to go to advanced for special stuff, you can go here. But once you are done with these settings, so 45, just go to preview. Those are the 45 password lists, you see. Now you can copy anyone as your password. If you don't want those special characters, you can always come here and say, I don't want special characters. Now preview, see, they're gone. You only have the minuses and underscore. So it's very easy to generate those passwords. I normally use this and copy it to the service I want to secure my account within. What else can be done? These plugins. So let's assume if you want to integrate Keepass with TrueCrypt, or you want to have let's say a panel over here, there's always plugins plugins will give you additional functionality. Those plugins are developed by other people. I don't trust to use plugins, but if you want to use plugins, you can use them. They've been verified, but I normally use Keepass as it is. So if I want plugin, I just click on plugin and get more plugins. It will take me to a website, and the website is this one, and those are the plugins. So I've downloaded some of those plugins just to show you how to use them. So if all you have to do is just go to the plugin and you'll be able to download it. Once you download it, it will have this extension PLGX. Copy the plugins, so Control C for you to see it, Control copy, and I would go to Keepass folder and they will have a plugin. See, I have to paste it here. Once it is pasted here, if you go to plugins, it should show here, but I think we have to quit and come back again. Yeah, see, there's nothing here. So you can see them, but do we have to quit? So I can double click. No, you cannot double click. Okay, we have to quit first. So close this, close, exit, go back here. If I run now, it will start integrating the plugins that we've added. You will see that. Okay, let us go. Oh, okay, you can see there's more options here. Those are because of the plugins. And if we go to plugins, you can see all the plugins here. See? So it's nice. You can always have more features. I'll show you what's the point of having those plugins. Let's open our database again. So to open the file, if you store it in a hidden place, it will be, for me, it's in desktop. Now it will ask me for the password. See, it automatically selects the file. It knows because this is the recent file I used to open my password. But I can always ask it not to remember my previous entries. So test123 is the password. If I don't select this, it won't allow me, you see. You should always select your key file, the correct key file which you created. Okay, so if I need to create a QR code for this password, because of the plugin, this wasn't here before. Because of the plugin, now I have this feature of generating a QR code from a plugin. And here we are, we have a QR code of this password. You can also integrate with Mount Veracrypt. You can have a lot of those, are all extra plugins. You can show floating panel. I haven't tested most of them. Okay, this is a floating panel, you can see. So instead of opening Keepass, you can have it minimized, and then you click on this and you see your entries. You see general, coins, and this is Ethereum. Okay, you can now auto type or whatever you want. So it just puts a panel over here, so you can easily click on it and get access. That was through plugins. Okay, what else we can do? You can have triggers. So triggers is automating something, so you can have a name of this trigger. What is the event? The event, let's say you have to have, if application is initialized, okay, what do you want to do if the application is in it? Well, let's see if there is a condition. If, okay, we don't need a condition, but you can say if application is initialized, we can go to action, and yeah, you can ask it to show a message box, okay, or you can ask it to execute a command or URL. So you just type in HTTP, Hotmail, whatever, and each time you launch this database, it will open hotmail.com. So this is all automation. Anyway, I'll delete them because I don't need them now. See, there's a lot of things you can do here. You can find duplicate entries. See, oh sorry, this one is to duplicate. So if I want to duplicate this, I can duplicate it. So, and maybe move it to Hotmail. So I'm having similar entry. You can show entries by which you can set a password to expire if you want. So this is the password, and if I want it to expire, I will click on this and set the date. Okay. What else can be done? You can see the history of your password. So if we change this password today and say the new password has RT and click OK. Now if I double click on this, sorry, it just perform something by double clicking. If I wanted just to view the entry, if I go to history, I'll find the record because I've just changed it, and this is very useful. Sometimes you change the password and you want to go back to the old password. You will always be able to see the old password. See, this is the old password, it wasn't changed, and this is the new one. And if I change now again and I put 55 and I say OK, and then I view again, I'll see two entries. Okay, this is how easy it is. Of course, you can restore. So if you want to restore it, you can come here, and I want to reuse the password again, I can just restore. It's done. Now it's restored. Okay, those fields which you see, they were not here by default, but they're here because of this plugin, entry view options. Okay, you can see there's more fields here. You don't get them by default. What else can be done? Let's see. Sort by, you can sort, time, grouping, entry, Windows layout. There's many things you can do here. Database tools. So delete duplicate entries. So if you have a password that you are using in more than one platform, you can delete those entries if they are similar. Okay, there is also a way to find out weak passwords. I normally use it, and okay, here, so you go to edit, show entries, and say find duplicate passwords. See, if I say find duplicate passwords, there is no duplicate passwords. Okay, but if I go and say again show entries and give me the quality reports, so how strong are my passwords, it will tell you, see, this is very weak because it was a test. Oh, let me go again. show entries, give me the quality of password. So this is the first one, it was generated by Keepass, just for an example. And the second one, you can see the quality is very bad, it's just 6 bits. It doesn't have a green color, but here it's highlighted in green, it means it's a strong password. And actually it tells you the password is 1234. You don't want to use such a password anywhere. So always use complicated passwords. What else? You can always check for updates. Okay, let's go to options. There are things that I like to use, so I like to change. So if we go to security, and we scroll down here, it says enter master key on secure desktop. This is very important, I always enable it. If you have this feature on, it will prevent keyloggers from capturing your password. So it's very important to have a check on this field. You can lock Keepass, so if it's not used for 60 seconds, 1 minute, it will automatically lock. It's very important to go through the security and see what you can change. I normally change few things. You can lock when minimized. You can change the policies, leave them always, all of them. Minimize to tray instead of taskbar, you can do that. Integration, I wouldn't want to change. Okay, remember and automatically open last used database on startup. If you want to have, I normally don't have this on. Auto type, yeah, there's many things you can use here, but see, remember key source files, it was revealed when we tried to log in before, remember? So I will remove this, and better to have it like this, and also remove this. So now when I log in, I will have 3 changes. My database won't be revealed once I launch Keepass. My key file won't be revealed. If someone gain access to my PC, he wouldn't just launch Keepass and find out where's the key file. And I will have a secure login. So let us test that. I have to save first the database changes. Now exit. Okay, because we have a plugin of TrueCrypt and there's no TrueCrypt installed. So now we open it again. Things should be different now. Okay, you notice it's a bit slow because of the plugins, so that's why I don't like to use plugins. But what you notice is it did not prompt for me to open the previous password, so I have to go and find my database myself. So this is my database. See, it doesn't know the key file, it's not there anymore. Okay, so I have to point it to the key file. This is the key file and the password is test123. This is the secure login. Okay, it's different from the normal one. It should be in blue anyway. Let us check if it is selected. If it is selected, then yes, it's functioning. We have to go to options, security, scroll down. Yes, enter master key on secure disk. So it was functioning. So yeah, this is Keepass, and I normally use it like every day on regular basis because I don't memorize any of my passwords, and you can always change the icons. So if you have many cryptocurrency coins, you can have each group with its own icon. By the way, Keepass is open source and it's free. It's open source and it's free. It's very light. It's available on you can use it on iPhone. I'm using for iPhone, I'm using mini. I think I'm using mini Keepass. So if we go to download page, I'm using this one. It's free as well, mini Keepass, and you can use it for Mac as well, Mac Pass, and it's open source. So source code is available for you to see. You can compile it by yourself if you want. So those features are priceless. I mean, you don't get them on other password managers. I've tested many password managers, Of course, there is I think LastPass or LastPass. Anyway, it's all web-based. I normally like to have my password stored. I have full control. I don't want my password to be managed by someone else. So that's why I use Keepass, because I have control on my own database. My database is encrypted. It's open source. I can use it in more than one platform, and you can even store it online and synchronize it. I mean, from HTTP. I mean, if you have even SFTP, you can just get a plugin for SFTP. So if you come here and search for SFTP, so you can store it on SFTP. See, SFTP sync. So you can install it, store it in your server, which has SSH file transfer protocol, and use SFTP to grab the file and open it. So instead of you having it locally, you can have it on your server with SFTP protocol enabled. So it wants to lock because of I wasn't active for 1 minute, so I would say cancel. That was one of the features we used on security tab. You can always add more columns over here if you want. So configure columns. If you want to see, let's say, if you have attachments and you want to see the attachment size, it will show me. So this one has no attachments, but if I come to Ethereum, I think we had attachment. Yes, see, it tells me this is the attachment and the size of it. So this is very useful. So there's many features. All you have to do is just explore the program, and most of the things are very, very easy. You can rearrange. So if I want to rearrange this, you can go here, rearrange, and you can move it up with Alt Home, or just press this, or you can move it step by step. So this is one step above, so it will go up. See, it will go up. You can always edit, change the icon, change the name. This can be Hotmail too. You can have notes. Of course, on any entry you can also have notes. So if I have notes here, so I can say this is used by my Ether wallet. So this is a note for me. Okay. Press OK. See? So when I click on this, I will always see my note here. Okay. This is how simple is Keepass. I'm just trying to see, if you want it always on top, you can always have it on top. You can change the layouts. Of course, you can change your password anytime. If you need to change your password, you need to change your key file, you can always do that through here. And if you need to export the file, so you need to back up the database, you can always save copy to file and it will export. But you need to remember your password, and if you're using key files, you need to save the key file as well. Trust me, if you have a strong Keepass password with a key file stored in Veracrypt with a lengthy password on it, there is no way anyone can gain access to your passwords. And there is one advantage: if someone breaks into your Instagram and they see how complicated is your password, there is no way they can guess your Hotmail account password, because you've generated all these passwords through randomization and through Keepass randomization feature. You can always import database. So if you have having a password manager that you are normally using now, and you want to shift to Keepass, those are the password managers that you can import from. It's beautiful. I mean, everything is there. You just import from any of those, and voila, you are in. I mean, what do you want else? It's free, it's open source, and you can integrate it with Chrome and Firefox. If you don't want to type auto type or drag and drop, you can have Keepass icon on your Chrome or Firefox. All you have to do is use those plugins. You have Keepass, HTTP, ChromeIPass, and KeeFox. If you integrate those plugins, you'll see an icon of Keepass on your browser, and I don't like to do it because I don't feel it is secure. But if you want to do it, you have the option to do it. I hope I covered everything in KeePass. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and like, and see you soon. Bye bye.